Juno's World.
Welcome to the No Clickbait Podcast. It's your main boy Ism here with my co-host Freddie Andretti. And we're actually doing the intro a little bit different as I promised. So Fred has agreed to freestyle for y'all, and we're gonna try a new format of introduction. So he's gonna freestyle about our guest host today. Fred, take the floor.
Not bad. You kind of jumped the gun there on the countdown, but you good. Definitely did better than you did last week. So I appreciate you taking over there and doing the intro. But as my man mentioned, we do have a special guest in the building. So yeah, I may or may not know this. I think we talked about it. Obviously, we want to have guests on. So we are getting back into that, bringing on guests, talking about what they got going on. The guests we have on are people who are making things happen with their families in the community, whether they are somebody that is having their own business, somebody who's giving back to the community, somebody who is just speaking positivity into others. Those are the people we want to have on the highlight. And if y'all may or may not know, everybody we've had on, we do have a relationship with. So we want to share those people with the world, you know. So without further ado, we do have the one, the only man, myth, quite legendary Revis Butler in the building. How you living, my boy?
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be a guest on the No Click Podcast.
No clickbait.
No Clickbait Pod. Yeah, let me tap in. These been my guys since college. We've been doing this for a minute. So happy to be here.
Long time, man. Rev's always been somebody. If anybody out there living under a rock and don't know who this man is, he's just always been somebody really genuine, real chill dude. Always somebody that show love. Never been. If you can point out somebody, or if you have like a definition of somebody who would give some people their flowers, Rev is that person, man. I always show love, for lack of better words. We tried to. We had Rev on before, but we had technical difficulties then. But he was we were fortunate enough to fit back into his busy schedule and get him back onto the pod today.
Oh man, God's plan. Right now, it's just our time.
Divine timing, man. Yeah, man. What you been up to, man? How you been living? How life been lifing for you?
Yeah, just living well, man. Always trying to stack that bread, trying to go out, meet new people, have new connections, and just keep elevating in life. Every day, 1%. You gotta be 1% better every day.
There you go. Yeah, he already done did the ism for the day, so you ain't even got to do it again, my boy.
Pretty much. I'm glad I did the intro because he done took my part away.
We 3 minutes in, he done already dropped the gem. But nah, man, I think getting 1% better every day.
Acting like
yourself. Like LeBron get better 1% every day. But
I was talking about the fact that he said drop a gem, but that worked too.
But what I wanted to get into, like, you're very active on, social media, like I mentioned before, very active in the community. Like, even if it's something where you see like different things going on in the Black community, you big on posting that on your page. Where did like that showing love and highlighting people, where did all that come from?
It's crazy you say that because so many of our people, they always tell me that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, if it's one thing Revis gonna do, he always gonna repost something for you. But I just got that from just trying to show love to people. As far as it comes with our people, I love our people. I love being Black. I would never change for the world. But I feel like we're not appreciated as much as we should.
Right.
And so if you my friend or associate, I want to make sure that you always getting love, or that, you got an event, people ready to come to it, you got a podcast, you want people to listen, maybe my voice can extend the listeners or extend to people attending or just showing love. At this point, especially in our age, I ain't gonna tell y'all ages because people may not know, but at our age, we had to get this money and stack it up. And I know it's corny and people say it all the time, but it's really true. Your net worth is really your net worth.
Talk that talk. Revis Butler with another gem, man.
Talk.
Precious gems.
We ain't gonna need an ism for 2 weeks.
Yeah. We're gonna recycle them.
I'm telling you.
Listen, you gotta have them bars, man. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
Oh yeah, see now this is purposeful. He ain't even letting it flow no more. He's trying to steal on camera.
But now you brought up a point, like we talked about it. I can't remember what episode. Like I phrased the question. I still don't know if I phrased it like in the best way for people to know what I'm trying to ask. But like you give back, you highlight people. What do you think it is? I don't know if it's something psychological or if it has anything to do. Like it doesn't even seem like it has anything to do with people's upbringing. Why are some people, in your opinion, willing to give back or look out for the next man versus somebody else who is like selfish or taken from others? Like, what do you think triggers them?
You want me? You want me to be a translator if you don't feel like you worded
Yeah,
that right? Because I'm pretty
how would
well
you
with
word
words. One might say.
I know what you mean,
Oh, okay,
man.
go ahead.
That's Bill talk. That's how we talk. But to answer your question, I feel that some people have a crab in a bucket mentality because they don't want to see people be better than them. They always want to be the star of the show.
Mhm.
It's basically, and I'm not being rude when I say this, but it's basically like when you see a real attractive woman, but then all her friends got the butterfaces
Mhm.
because like she gonna be the star. She always gonna get chose first, and that's cool. But I like helping people and everybody being on the same level.
Yeah.
Because especially in our community, when you the top dog or you the quote unquote golden child, everybody gonna come to you for help. Everybody gonna come to you for money. If I'm making a certain amount, I want my friends to be making the same thing. That way we can all help each other. Because when you got a group of people and you the only one shining, that means you got to carry a lot of people. And when you carry a lot of people, eventually you're gonna break yourself down and you're gonna go broke.
Exactly.
And when you broke, they're gonna be gone.
Exactly. That's why people got to have that
Yeah.
one hand wash the other mentality, or the like ants work. Small ant, can't do much by themselves, but together they can move literally like mountains. Not mountains, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, and that's what you gotta do. You grow and you take people with you, and everybody have a certain job. And after that, you can just thrive together.
That's because there's kings and then there's servants
That definitely.
and then there's bosses. Nah, I'm messing with you.
Nah, see what's crazy, what's wild is I was just about to bring that up because when Rev go into deep detail, you should be like, yeah, that makes sense. But when I do it, you act like you ain't never heard nothing like it. It's crazy. Some favoritism going on. Secondly, I be wondering, like, I always wonder where phrases coming from. I always wonder where phrases come from and when was it used and what was going on before people realized certain phrases. Like just now you said one hand wash the other. What was people doing before they realized that one hand washes the other? Like, what was the sanitation methods before they realized, dang, this hand can do something for the other hand too?
I don't know. But that's just always like the perfect way of saying like we both need each other and you literally like the
No,
other
I get
hand.
it.
So I don't know what they were saying or who was the first person to even say that phrase. But this is always a good one.
Shake my good hand.
Take my strong hand.
Exactly.
That's a good movie. But
That's up there with two birds, one stone.
yeah, two birds with one stone. That probably happened for real though. And somebody's like, dang, you literally killed two birds with one stone. So that's how it became a saying. Like they probably, I don't know, Goliath.
But that's true though. That's what we do in the South. We take life experiences and we just turn them into mottos and phrases that we use for
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I hate the first dog that had to get hit for them to figure out what happens when a dog get hit. I feel like we should have known that before it happened.
A dog holler.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. What did y'all think happened before he got hit?
Let me see. But speaking on the giving back and stuff, obviously you got your hands in a lot of things in the community and everything. How did you get involved with like the Urban League and Ingenious Wealth? Like, where did all that come from?
Well, I guess I'll start with Ingenious Wealth. So that's my brand. That's my marketing company. When I was in college, I used it. I was selling clothes, but I came up with that just because if anybody knows me, people say like I'm funny, charismatic, clever, and if you look at the word genius, it means clever. Wealth because I'm always trying to get money, trying to help other people get money, so it just go hand in hand. And I came up with that marketing company just to kind of help make a safe space in a sense for our people, give them a good time. When I do events, if anybody's been to my events, they always have good turnouts. And so I just want to use that, like I said, just to build community. Yeah, it's good. We all going to work together as we should in our jobs and our careers and our entrepreneurship. But, you still got to have fun too. At one point, I had a podcast and that was doing pretty well. I need to start back doing that. So you just got to take different pieces of life and put it into entrepreneurship to build something bigger than yourself. Yeah. And as far as the Urban League, I got involved with the Urban League when I was in middle school. So they had an after school program. I was in it. They had a summer program, and the summer program was teaching you about stocks. And so I thought that was so cool, just having people that look like me teaching me about stocks and money and about community. And it seemed like everybody that was in that building, they just taught me how to be a better person. So when it came, 2019, somebody had called me at the office and they asked me to be on the board. I said, sure, I'll try it for the Urban League Young Professionals. In 2022, I became the president, and right now I'm the immediate past president. So I just love, y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. I just love helping us.
Yeah.
And when you go to these conferences and you meet all these people, they like minded just like you. They trying to help people in their city. They trying to build wealth, and they want to have something in life to pass down to, their kids if they have them, nieces and nephews. Always just to be a helping hand. But I love the Urban League, being the president for 2 years from 22 to 24. That was some of the best experiences. I got awards. I was like a top 15 president in the nation, and I'm just very proud of the impact that I made. Because in my city, I folded in 3 months. You don't really. It's hard to five-fold in anything. And for people I know that may not know what five-folding is, that means I 5 times the members, the money.
Was that your favorite? What's your favorite thing that y'all did as an organization?
The community back to school give back. That was real good. We had ice cream trucks outside, and we had all the school supplies. We had different organizations come in and help us. And the 2 years that we had the event, the first year we had 3,000 kids, and then the second year we had 2,500.
That's a good amount of kids. Superhero of the hood superhero, Revis Butler. Now we talk.
Nah, superheroes don't go by their real name. You got to give him a
That is
superhero
right.
name.
What?
Yeah, one day.
There are some people who thought you were a reverend because you go by Rev.
Well, I just go by Rev because everybody can't say Revis for some odd reason. So I just make it easy for
The
them.
real Revis didn't make it any better.
But I do preach that ghetto gospel though.
Shout out to Salt.
That's your superhero name?
What, ghetto gospel?
That's my superpower right there.
GG's coming.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shout out to the real Revis. People probably call me Revis all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time. I said if I had this money, trust me, y'all wouldn't know.
Yeah. Be on that.
You go leave kids behind?
on God, Thop had Jenkins in real life.
Stack your money, man.
I've got my money. Forget them kids.
Dang. We ain't going that far, my boy.
When he said nobody would know him, I thought he was putting the kids behind.
Yeah, he wild.
This man was just talking about giving back to the kids. He get some money, he turn into Michael
He ain't got the
Jordan.
money yet.
I ain't leaving nobody behind unless they get too heavy. That's it.
That's what there go another. Well, I might as well retire. You don't need me no more. This is Mr. Ism from now on.
Ism acting up, y'all. My man ain't feeling well, so y'all gotta forgive him. He a little under the weather, so he may say some sick things.
That's a bar. That's crazy. So everybody barring today. This at this
You
point.
said I was gonna freestyle.
You were supposed to do that for the intro to introduce Rev. We already know who Rev is now. Your album leak.
That's messed up, man. Things happen in the industry you don't know about.
You know, Cardi B coming at this
You don't
point.
know about it.
Oh, my fault. I should be more considerate.
But I mean, that brings up another subject I definitely wanted to touch on with my guy in the building. Obviously, you've been since we met. I know we like a lot of the same artists and stuff. You big in the underground and everything. Big congrats on your accomplishments with being a columnist and doing things there. Where did the love for music come? First of all, just to start the music conversation.
The love of music just came from really my mom, my dad, my grandmothers. So I had both of my grandmothers. They were in groups coming up. So that was a big deal. Just looking at all their pictures and some of their old videos. Then my mom, she was a singer. So I just love music. Music just make you feel good. When I hear people say that like they don't listen to music every day, I don't even understand how that's possible.
I don't.
Because it don't matter what mood I'm in, I'm always find a song that's gonna make me feel better.
We put on that "Happy" by Pharrell. You good to go.
Yeah, they kind of ran that one out a little bit.
People,
I love Pharrell. I love Pharrell, so I'm always show love.
People hate that song. They ran that song into the ground for real. Like I hate when it's a good song that's ran into the ground. Like God's Plan was a great song, ran into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just get annoying when you don't want to hear.
Yeah, I can still listen to God Plan sometimes. It's I probably cut that on if I cut on Swag Surfing. Swag Surfing with this new life is like, because we ran that out in college, so to hear it 10 years later, it's like, man.
And they play it at every sporting event, but that song probably never die. To be honest, because people don't want to do it.
No.
It's never.
It's here forever.
Yeah. It's gone beyond the culture. Every people of all shades will participate in that song.
Yes.
Roy trying to work on his PR. He don't know how to say what he's trying to say.
I'll just say, yeah, I get what he's saying though.
Hey, we're gonna have to post that. What's a song that I guess used to be fire or good that's now been ran into the ground that you don't even want to listen to it. That's a long question, but you know what I mean.
We'll figure out how to condense it, but I feel like that don't happen to me as much because being that a lot of the things I do, I work from home. I always can select kind of what's being played. The most I hear other music that I'm not in control over is the NBA. Like the NBA plays a lot of the same music, and I don't think people notice it. Like halftime show, it'll be subtle in the background, or during when like after somebody's scoring is going in a commercial break, they'll play some music while the highlight playing. But a lot of that music is the same. But like as far as like people who listen to the radio, like even in a car, I connect my Bluetooth, so it's not often that I'm hearing something where it's like, dang, they playing this song a lot. I didn't realize how much they played Kendrick Lamar on the radio until I was riding with
That
other
man
people.
had to plug in Kendrick, man. What is Kendrick?
No, because that's all that's being played right now. because I'm playing basketball more again. So every time I get in the car, you'll hear Luther. Like Luther is the main one,
No, it's a hit.
and so it's just like
I guess that probably would be popular.
yeah, like I don't in college, like a lot of times if I rode with Corey was playing music that he wanted to hear or music I wanted to hear. Oh yeah, you gotta plug Corey. And Corey was a part of the history, man. Corey, like the song I ran in the hole and I never got tired of was Big Sean Higher. Like I would listen to that before I went
Mhm.
into my classes, and that song just made me feel like okay, I can get through the
That
day.
whole tape was just
But
sensational.
yeah,
But man,
yeah, Big Sean should have been further than he is, but he did it to himself a lot of time. Some of his bars, it was just like he'll say something real good, and you be like, that makes sense, and then he'll do something where it's like, all right, I can see why you
I feel
frustrate
like he's in
people.
a good spot though. Like he's respected in the game. Everybody know he can rap.
Yeah,
He had
but that mercy verse is you can't come back from that. Like it was funny, and then he kept doing it, and I'm like imagine you telling somebody, yo, this rapper is fire, and then he come out with the mercy verse, and that's what people know him from. Like that's an ongoing joke forever. Just like swag surfing will be here forever. His mercy joke, that's an ongoing punchline. No pun intended.
I mean, see, I would say that his mixtapes are better than his albums.
Yeah, and that's not.
Dark Sky Paradise, that was an amazing
sensational.
album, but yeah,
Yeah,
he doesn't really make great albums.
yeah,
But he's still from the blog era. I'm still a huge fan. Well, of course I done saw him because I brought him to Lander to perform at Lander. But other than that, I done saw him two more times. So
yeah. I only heard the stories about how he came, and I think they booed him or something.
no, they didn't boo him, but they had
They
left.
walked out.
Yeah, they left to go to a
Yeah,
party.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then let's see, that was the beginning of school year. Then by the summer, he was performing at BT, and everybody's like, "Oh man, I remember he came to Lander. I remember he came to Lander." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I had brought him there for y'all. Like I hung out with him the whole night and all that stuff. Like he like really cool dude."
yeah.
See that I would have had a good
What's
time
wild
in
is
there
that he
because that's definitely when I was listening to him. Like that blog era.
Oh yeah, that was yeah, he came. We booked him around Finally Famous
Yeah,
2. Like Finally Famous 2 had been out for a little bit, and he came maybe 3 weeks after Finally Famous 3 dropped. So he was super hot at that point, and we got him for a good deal.
he said something about going on tour with Wale in the song Higher. And he says Greensboro. So I was like, dang, if he would have said Greenwood, that would have connected
but he
everything.
was he
But
was talking about Greenwood too.
Yeah,
so
Like
he,
that
you
whole time.
yeah,
yeah, you can look it up. He said he added an S to it, but if you go to like Twitter or X and type in Big Sean and type in Lander, they add an S to it. Like the tweet's still there.
They called it Landers.
that's kind of crazy. Though.
Yeah, yeah. He was like I'm partying at Landers tonight or something like that. But like even the flyer, I don't know if I'm able to find the flyer. It's somewhere in my laptop. But he had all these cities, it's like Detroit, L.A., Boston, and down there you see Greenwood, South
That's
Carolina.
fire. Had Big Sean and Chicago's.
Oh yeah, damn! I think they were right before
That's
Chicago's.
crazy.
Take me back though. They used to be a
Mhm.
movie
What
right
a
there.
time.
There used to be a movie.
Man, what a time. Shout out to Steve by the speaker.
Y'all know more than me.
What who you listening to now?
Uh, let's see. Right
People on.
now, I got it. Well, I ain't gonna front. Y'all know me. I ain't never leaving Drake's
Yeah.
side. So he's still getting playing the ride. He's still getting playing the ride. I don't give what nobody say. But
Don't say that too loud around Islam. That's Drake #1 hater.
hey,
for
listen,
one,
it
for
is it
one,
is what it is. Everybody need a hater. But
Rev and Cash been talking at the same vocal octave since college. Like you'll never hear Secret get out because of them two. Conversations are all confidential.
I'm just saying, man. But music wise, Boss Man D-Lo. Boss
You
Man
want to get in
D-Lo.
with me?
He's so fire. He's so fire to me. Let's see who else we got up on our songs. I just been running out. Moneybag Yo, Gunna. I think Gunna like actually one of the best out right now. Future, of course. Future, the king of trap. I'm still bumping Gucci because Gucci is always gonna be my favorite trap
Gucci number
artist.
one fan.
But I think that Gucci number one. Gucci always number one. But I feel like Future is gonna like surpass him just because he got better bars. Let's see what else. YG, Babyface Ray,
Babyface Ray,
Lotto, Glorilla. Lil Baby still hard. I'm not gonna lie. His last album was kind of subpar,
man.
but he done gave me so many hits that I'm not going nowhere. Currency new album that just dropped is actually really good. Some of his best work that he's had in the past few years. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's about it. It's if I'm talking about as far as like the main artists. Now you got songs here and there that like they just catchy because everybody know me. They know I don't really care for Rod Wave, but I will say I've been listening to him more. Like he got some catchy songs, so I can kind of get down with that. And then I guess the hottest song out right now for them TikTok people and all that busted you.
The what?
That's everywhere on the internet.
I don't be on TikTok. I thought you was about to say that Jello.
Oh no, I ain't on TikTok either. I'm too old for that. Jello, he about 4 for 4. He going
just
crazy.
Got his money too. He just got a deal.
Tweaker. Oh yeah, man. When I was in Houston, Tweaker came out that weekend. Bro, they played it.
I know everywhere. It went up.
Every club he went to in Houston. That's all you heard.
I know Tweaker. It went up.
Then the song he got with Glorilla, "Can You Please?" That's a hit. Law and Order, that's a hit. And he got some song he just premiered, and it sound pretty good.
He had Wayne on the remix for Tweaker.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. That Wayne verse was trash.
But that's still big though. To get Wayne on it.
Oh, it's still big. Yeah. You gotta let it.
That's crazy. Shout out to Jello, because I mean the hoop. It goes to show people, just because one thing don't work out don't mean another thing won't. You know, put everything into it, you're gonna get something out of it. Hoops didn't work out.
Well, it doesn't.
Flipped it and made the rap career out of nowhere, kind of like Diggy Simmons.
Out of nowhere, you gotta That's why black fathers are so important. They got to be super important to their children because the way you can influence. Because just look at Lonzo.
Yeah.
Lonzo was he cold, and he was even colder in college, but he was gonna be kind of like a mid-tier first rounder, something like that. But his dad pumped him up so much, he just shot his stock right up, and that set up the whole family because they got the TV show that they was making money off of, and then it got Jello scholarship to UCLA.
Until he stole something.
And if he wouldn't have had that incident, if he wouldn't have had the incident, he would have went to he did go to the NBA, but he would still be playing in the NBA. And it got it got Melo going. So you got 3 sons just being their life and helping them and telling them what to do and pushing them. They all multimillionaires. You got the first son, he done made over $100 million in the NBA. You got the second son, he multimillionaire making music, and then you got the baby boy who done made over $300 million.
He made the already. Most. Only to stay healthy.
You done made you made $300 million, and you're not even 30. You straight for life.
That's crazy. Everybody worked to set up the kids.
Yeah, that influence matters.
Yeah. Shout out to the present father. Shout out to present parents, not even just present fathers, but anyone out there pushing your family for success, generational wealth. Shout out to you. Like even shout out to like the holidays. You know, it's three of them in the NBA. Shout out to like the Wayans family, what they do. Like it's just a lot of families.
I thought you meant Mother's Day and Father's
What's
Day.
up?
I thought you was talking about Mother's Day and Father's Day. That transition.
Nah, we just
You said shout out to all the parents, shout out to the holidays, and I'm like, okay.
yes. I got you.
They last name Holiday.
Shout out to Drew Holiday, Aaron Holiday, them. Shout out to their
Okay.
pops. Shout out to like Giannis family. Like even like obviously his brothers aren't really good, but I mean they still made it to the NBA. So I mean anybody.
Yeah, you got three of them to make it, and the three that made it, they got rings.
Yeah, that's an accomplishment. But like I said, I mean shout out to the Wayans family. I don't know if y'all saw them get like that. Was it like the Lifetime Achievement? What award they got? Like they basically honored the whole family.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was really dope. And to hear like about, I mean, people know some of the story, but to hear them talk about it and honor their brother for like what he did and put everybody else on, I thought was really dope.
Yeah, the 90s and 2000s, that was the best time for us. We really took off and elevated. We were getting so much money and a positive light. Yeah. That's really what I enjoyed about it. You had a lot of good music. Because if you even listen to like the music now compared to then, it had messaging. It was trying to help you do more. It was motivating you. Now it's a whole bunch of 808s. Nothing wrong with it. I love 808 music, but we got to find stuff that has the messages.
Yeah, I feel like now people they say they're like an artist, but then when they say why they're like an artist, it's really they like the producer. Like
that's right.
Because I mean, sometimes the artists don't talk about really anything. There's really no content there, but the beat, fire. And so get the producer more recognition. You might like the artist selection, but the artistry isn't there, at least from a lyrical standpoint. But now they really just take what you were talking about, like prime time from the 90s and early 2000s. They just take a lot of that and flip it now anyway.
That's it. Everybody's sampling everything, but I can't even know if I can really call it samples, but they really just take the beat and reuse it. Like people don't even know how to sample as well anymore.
Tell you somebody who always hits whoever produced for Big X the plug. Samples fire.
Solid.
Samples.
When he made one bad album yet.
Like his samples be crazy.
Every Sunday that 2 a.m. get spins weekly in the household.
Can't say that too loud, man. That's my girl favorite song. She gonna come in here. She like to sing the chorus, but she sing she's singing like Ron Isley.
It's 2 a.m. Yeah, turn me up there. My mama and them.
Ism, you don't listen to Big X, do you?
No, I have listened to him. I listened to the album. I know exactly what y'all talking about.
Fire, man.
That's just he basically told the same story, but like from a rapper point of view, and guns being involved instead of a cane that turns into a sword. Why did Ron Isley have? That's a dangerous dude. Thinking, why do you have a cane that turns to a sword?
That's because that wasn't Ron Isley. That was Mr. Biggs. There's a difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot he got an alter ego. See,
yeah.
This is why I talk to you. This is why the enlightenment.
Mr. Biggs gave us
but yeah,
classic songs too. What were you saying?
What's crazy is At Your Best is, I don't know if he did it first, but he definitely had a version before Leah had it.
Oh yeah, he'd been sampled a lot.
Yeah, but it's different between sampling. Like there's some people they just remake a version of the song which wouldn't really be sampling. It's just they have their own version of the same song.
Oh, like Beyonce taking.
Like Mary J. Blige has a version.
I was
Go
saying
ahead.
like Beyonce taking and ruining. Um, why is it slipping my mind now? The number one cookout song in the world, Frankie Beverly.
Before I
Yeah,
let go.
before I let you
Oh,
go. I hate when
Yeah,
that come on, man. Rest in peace.
like what's Mary J. Blige got a version of that Shaka Khan song. I think you are the one for me. Here's where you are. What's the name of that song? Sweet Thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh that was on one of her earlier albums. But that was just showing homage, and Beyonce was doing the same thing. It's just that her popularity is so magnified that people, unfortunately, they actually probably will forget about Frankie Beverly and Maze.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even it like a sample. Feel like a sample properly done. You're going to hear it and know, okay, this is something before this. Like 30 for 30 with SZA and Kendrick is Switch. But some people probably won't even know Switch. They know the beginning of Rich Boy Throw Some
Mm-hmm.
D's.
Hmm.
So it depends on how much of a music historian you are, you'll definitely not know. Like, um, who shot you or what song did Nicki Minaj redo that Biggie has?
Well, I mean, she done did a few. She loved Biggie, so she got a few songs.
When I tell you there are some fans of hers who literally think she started a lot of those songs, they're literally fans that they don't if they hear Biggie, they'll be shocked like why does it sound like Nicki Minaj and not vice versa. So yeah, a lot of people don't study or care where a sample comes from, which is why TikTok has its own little wave of songs that people think just came out.
Well, that's how crazy you brought that up. But I was actually thinking about that yesterday. I, in my personal opinion, I feel like black people, we don't hold our heroes high enough. I feel like we just kind of just let them die off when they're not popular anymore, and that's not a way to be. I music, sports, you just hear about, oh, so and so, they ain't hot no more, and then they just let them fall off. Like our counterparts, the other races, they don't do that. They could be 80 years old, doing performing or acting or whatever, and we always gonna show them love. But I feel like once our people get to a certain point, we just kind of like let them fall off, and
I,
that's why we don't know about the movies or the acting and stuff like that. Like prime
I,
example, when Bernie Mac, when he had dropped Guess
Go.
Who, and that movie came out, but people don't know that's a remake of a movie that Sidney Poitier did.
Guess who's coming
mhm.
again?
But you gotta really study and know that. But yeah, our stars, they need to get more love.
I feel like nobody's really giving love the same way, like how Andretti was talking to you earlier about how it is natural for you. I don't feel like that's the norm. People will do anything that will basically put them in a spotlight. So a lot of time is a form of entertainment, and being that love isn't really a form of entertainment, people hate instead. So like I just saw Escape performing,
Mm.
and instead of talking about Escape, people were talking about oh how tiny is shaped and blah blah blah. So in anything social media wise, people are going to say whatever is going to get the reaction. There's people out here acting as if certain basketball players just aren't good because they want the reaction. Certain musicians suck because they want the reaction. Certain people are ugly because they want the reaction. Like nobody's going to show love because there's no reward in it. Like you show love to somebody, somebody will see it and be like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." But if somebody hop out the window, like you can say, "Oh, I'm a Braun fan," nobody cares. You say anything defying, everybody is going to have something to say. You say anything about I'm not a Kobe fan, everybody's going to attack you. Like if you just show love, nobody cares. Like nobody really cares. You have to almost be what's the word? Controversy sells. You have to be controversial. That even when you look at headlines that might not be slandering somebody, the headline is going to be an attention grabber to make you read because you feel like it might be slanderous. And that's how they draw you in for everything at this point.
But that's exactly
Yeah,
why
I
we
fully,
do
I
no
fully agree with that.
clickbait. We don't have those crazy headlines. And we always going to
Exactly.
show genuine love. But I feel like people,
Exactly.
one part of it is you do have to know your history, whether it's in sports, music, life. You got to know where, like, these athletes that you like, the music artists that you like, they got their inspiration from someone. So you definitely have to know your history, know the heroes in the community, what they brought to the table, sacrifices they made, accomplishments they had. You can't let stuff like that be forgotten because too often things happen, and people don't get their flowers until they're gone when it's too late. So I feel like you gotta always show genuine love, know your history, know how we ended up in the positions we are in today and the sacrifices that people made, and showing love there. So if you like an artist and they have like a sound, oftentimes they got that sound. It might not be the exact sound that they got, but they took that and tweaked it. Um, and the same thing goes like I said, sports, fashion, or whatever. Know your history, show love to the people who started that and sparked that. Um, that
And not even because it's like not even on no, oh, something might happen, so I'm gonna show love today. Like I feel like anybody who shows love, they do it from a place that's more genuine than I don't know what's gonna happen to you tomorrow. Like I don't feel like that's genuine. I feel like anybody who genuinely cares about something or they want to see the progress of something is just nature at that point. Like certain things, like I don't know how often Rev does it, but I know if I see somebody trying to get something moving, I'll share it. And I don't care if it's clothing, and I also do clothing. You're not stepping on my toes by having your different goals. Your niche might be different than mine. You might have more people on your side who might like my clothing more than yours and vice versa. Like my you might do something that appeals better, but nonetheless, sharing opens up those doors. But there's people who won't even hit the share button just because like why? Why would I do that? Some people need an incentive to show love, and I feel like if you need an incentive, it's not
not
genuine.
at all. And then even doing that, I mean, that could lead the door to partnership. Everybody can eat, but
Exactly.
everybody don't.
Money get printed every day.
Exactly. Print it, send it here, and then I'll see what I can do with it.
Exactly. We'll sort it out
Uh,
from there.
but we talk about influence. There's the other thing I was talking about the other day. Obviously, when it comes to music, it comes to fashion, it comes to history. I feel like, not to make it a race thing, but obviously black people has had a lot of influence. We talked about it a little bit ism when we talk about like inventions and stuff. Um, it
Mhm.
sucks that to know like back in the day, a lot of things were stolen. So the people who were really behind like a lot of songs, a lot of inventions, they don't get the credit that they deserve. Like even if you think of like, for example, Jack Daniels, people don't know who Uncle Nearest is. It's starting to get more recognition now, but there would be no Jack Daniels without Uncle Nearest. Like stuff like that sucks. So I mean, I guess we're getting better at it and recognition and stuff. Um, and spotlight is coming in current days, but I feel like there's been a lot of influence and there needs to be a lot more recognition.
I feel like I talk about that all the time. I feel like with that, I feel like a platform is more important than people give it credit for. And I remember when I was in when I first started going to school, I just randomly had the idea, like, you know what, I'm gonna try to get my followers up on Twitter. Because I realized like if you watch infomercials, like I think dude name was Billy Mays. He was just some charismatic dude who just had things to sell. And no matter that commercial,
You used to slap
yeah,
the
yeah. That commercial, the tape, the
you
super
turn
tape or
them
something
into a
like that, like
meme.
a water, like something will be leaking. Yeah. But that infomercial used to come on so often, so it's just like even if he's not winning in the quality game, it's like a couple thousand people are seeing this throughout their night. So eventually you'll get the sales and people gonna know you did it. But versus say you're the dopest person ever. Like you creative, you can sing, rap, whatever, and you don't have no real platform. Say you upload your song, your music, your creativity on social media, and you got like 2 followers. You're more subject to somebody stealing your stuff because nobody knows. Like if you don't have a platform or the spotlight, that really puts a dent in anything you do. Which is why big corporations like Nike can take something. If Nike was deciding to take me or Rev's idea and call it their own, we would have so much work to do to try to be like, nah, this is ours. Because who are we telling it to? It has to be people who want to actually take action and see us win at the end of the day. But a platform matters. Like I don't think people realize. Like I remember when I lost my Twitter and I was upset about it, and people was like, "It's just social media," and I'm like, some people just won't get business until they're in business because it's nothing like not having an audience to actually push your stuff. Because I'm sure the same with you, Rev. You've done some stuff where you know it's fire. Even with you, Fred, I'm pretty sure you done created something that's like top line, like you got a bunch of belief. And you never made nothing in your life where you was like, this is fire.
Nope.
Not even in our podcast. You don't think we'd have had a good show where it's like, yo, if this get out to the right people, people gonna want to listen to us.
I mean, yeah, that, but ain't nobody stealing the pod.
They can steal the topics. Anything can be anything without anything that can't be traced back can be stolen. Somebody can take a topic that we're covering and be like, hey, we've been talking about this. Nobody watch our podcast. Easy.
Yeah. You ever seen Cadillac Records?
It's true. Oh yeah.
That's the one with Ice Cube.
No.
No, that's Yankee Promoters.
Well, that's
What?
two completely different movies.
Wow,
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy. Cadillac Records won Beyonce.
Yeah.
Edit that one out.
Not Cadillac. Not
Yeah, go
Cadillac. I didn't
ahead.
mean to say Cadillac Records, but the fact that you got those mixed up is crazy. You ever seen Dream Girls? This the point about Dream Girls.
Yeah. The reason I thought about Janky because we talk about being stolen from. So, but go ahead.
Okay. The way to Good Save.
Nah, nope. You
I
good?
meant
But
to
go
say
ahead.
Dream Girls. They both have Beyonce, but in Dream Girls, what I was talking about, like even if you think back to the scenes when they were like basically trying to get their exposure and everything out there with some of their songs, but they couldn't get on the radio. They didn't have the opportunity, and then Other Shade took their songs, blew up off of it. Like that's the same thing. Like uh, they call the King of Rock Elvis. He did that to a lot of people. And that's why people think he's the king, but he really stole songs from a lot of people. And that's happened a lot in American
A
history,
lot of
unfortunately.
black people.
Yeah. So I just think it's messed up. I wanted to get Rev's thoughts on it.
Well, I mean, black people, we do influence everything. We are the culture. As much as people say that they dislike Black Americans, they do everything to be like a Black American at some point in their life. You got the young kids when they in high school, when they leaving the football games, the basketball games, they riding around, they listen to all the rap. They know the more rap than I do, and I do the music thing for a
Yeah.
living. I'm like, and when it comes to fashion, we influence everything. When you look at style, we the ones that make that. We make stuff popular.
Exactly.
All them brands, they didn't really start blowing up in America until black people started wearing them. That's why I feel like we should do that with our own people. You got a t-shirt brand or something. And especially if it's good quality, or you got a clothing brand good quality. Make sure you support that. Make sure when you getting on the songs, make sure you talking about that brand. We
You
got we
heard what he
got some
said,
we got
everybody
some
listening.
stuff we got some stuff that can rhyme. Everything don't have to be Gucci, Louis, Prada. That stuff is nice. I have some, yeah, but I still like to support some of my. This got crazy. I still like to support some of my people and make sure that they get the notoriety they need, because we really do influence everything, and people just take our ideas. We invented so much. We We in light bulb. We help with that. Anything with hair care products, especially with hair care products. We damn near done invented every hair care product, but a lot of us not making a lot of money off of it. We don't even own hair care product stores. We only own hair care stores.
That's the age.
Y'all heard what the boy said, man. He said, there's words out there that rhyme with ism. There's words out there that rhyme with inexpensive. There's words out there that rhyme with shot with me. There's a lot. You can make a whole freestyle about Donnism if you want, but I ain't forcing no hands. Matter of fact, I think we should have Andretti make us a rap song. What you think, Rev?
Yeah, man. He got the
Yeah.
bars.
Exactly. He done threw one out there earlier, so that's 3 black collaborations in one. First verse can be Rev Business. I'll take the second verse. The third, you can do what you want with it. Shout yourself out.
Bro, I'm so lost.
But nah, you gotta but we do need to put ourselves out there more, and once again just go back to the history part. We have to know our history, because if you don't know what's behind you, you ain't never really gonna know what's in front of you. So, and that ain't even trying to be spitting no bars. That's just real. That's a
You know
real
what you
life.
did. You know what you did.
Yeah, but that's a real life though. You got to know something about what's going on. Like in my city, it's changing so much, and new people come here and they'll find out about old things that we got going on, that we had going on. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know this was here. I didn't know that." I was like, "Well, you're not from
Right.
here." I said you just moved here, and the city has changed so much since I graduated high school. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It's different every time I come
Like,
home.
right?
Every time, bro. That's it's just crazy. But like you said, man, you got to
you
know where
not
you come from to
even.
know where you're going.
That's right. You have to, if you want to be somebody of substance, and if you want to be somebody that's influential. You gotta know your history. Pick up a book.
I thought you were about to quote Sister Mary Clarence. If you want to be somebody,
No,
you want to go somewhere, wake up and pay attention.
but shout out to Whoopi though, for sure.
Good deal, man. Hey, man, we ain't really dive into the music columnist though. Where'd that come from?
Yeah, I just love music, and the opportunity came where Sheen magazine, they asked me, just to write some articles. I said okay, because like I said, they know my passion for music, and I just got really good at it, and I was really caring about it. And it's cool talking to artists. Well, of course I rate the
Mhm.
albums, but when I actually interview some of the artists, that's always cool because you get to have their perspective, and you can really tell who knows history about the music. Like when I interviewed Zaytoven, I even had it down, like I knew his wife name and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I knew about when he started off playing the drums for Bigger Figure in San Francisco. He was like really impressed. He like, dang man, most people don't even know that. Because I feel like you gotta study this stuff. If you Same way you study for a test, the same way you gotta study for anything in life. So that music is just flowing through it. And then another good interview that I had was with Young Bird, aka Hitmaker
Mhm.
now. He's one of the highest producers in the
All right.
game. And when I was talking about him being signed to Bloodline, which was DMX's record label when he was a kid, he literally told me, he's like, man, I can't even believe you knew that. He said most people down south don't even know that.
That's fire. What was your favorite interview?
My favorite would probably be Zaytoven, just because y'all know me. I love Gucci Man, so Zaytoven was his right hand man. So that was
Yeah.
impactful. That really did change my life, is actually being able to talk to him, and because the interview was well, we cut it down, but the interview was like 2 hours. So we're just sitting there, just picking his brain and talking about how he influenced the game, and he pretty much invented trap music.
Yeah.
At least on the producer side.
He definitely on the usually when we do like a Mount Trapmore or talk about trap music, talk about like the rappers, but Zaytoven is definitely one of the founding fathers for sure, and needs all the credit. Because he definitely worked with a lot of artists and put a lot of artists on and made a lot of fire, I guess, collaborations with some artists. Shout out to Zaytoven.
Oh yeah.
He was with he was out here with what restaurant they were at with Young Dro. Shout out to Dro, certified rapper.
Yep, they sure were. They just dropped that album a few weeks
Yeah,
ago.
they was somewhere.
Beats crazy.
Dro stole his food. I can't remember right. Well, that's fire, man. Who would be?
You know, you gotta promote the music and the wings.
Who would be? I guess you can do dead or alive. If you pick one artist, who would you want to interview?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't know if I could just pick one. I guess I can't pick one, but I do have my top three though.
You do three.
So Drake, Currency, and Future.
All right.
Drake, just because I'm just a super big fan. He makes great music, and I would like to study how he's been on top for over 15 years. Like, you know how it is with rappers. Rappers be hot for 5 years, and after that, they kind of fizzle out. Like, you've been killing it on top of the world for 15 plus years. Future, just because the way that he changed the rap game, the way he changed trap music, the way you have so many futures in the game,
and the influence is crazy.
Everybody want to be him. Everybody steal his sound. And then Currency is because growing up, that was like my favorite underground rapper. You know, I've been listening to him since he was with No Limit on the song Get Back. Like I heard him on that track, and I was like, who this young dude going crazy? Like, he was killing it. And but just the way he went from No Limit to Cash Money to Jet Life Records, and he's made great music. Like, you don't have to be under influence to listen to him. He really got bars. Like, bar for bar, he one of the best in the game.
He is, in my opinion. Everybody know I don't like smoke or anything like that. So when I tell them like Currency or Spitter is my favorite rapper, people are like, what? Like, the man can really rap. He's somebody who will, like, he sample a lot of artists too, but he'll sample like a bar and it just be fire. You flip it and make it his own. Shout out to Spitter. Might go see him in May when he come out here.
You need to. If you ain't never been to a show before, it's amazing. I've been
to a couple. We almost went when he came to the Ville, but he ain't never. That had fell apart. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, me and Avery was out there. We was out there.
We had all ended up going to we ended up going to Twin Peaks because we had nothing else to do.
Oh dang, yeah, we did all end up going out there. Well, that's crazy.
I've been to a couple concerts.
Shout out to them people. Yeah, he put on great shows, but it's a lot of them underground people like Dom Kennedy put on a great show. Nipsey Hussle, he used to put on really good shows. But you know, you gotta go to concerts though. Concerts and festivals, that's where it's at.
Dom about to come out here too.
I used to work for a radio station.
Dom about to come out here too.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up for sure.
My word.
When he Yeah, when you go to them shows though, you got to go to concerts. It, it give you a good experience. That's one thing when I used to work at a radio station. We usually get free tickets to shows all
Must
the
be
time.
nice.
So I damn near done seen, everybody I want to
Yeah.
see. I guess the only person I ain't saw yet would probably be Beyonce. And I just her tickets they cost so
Yeah.
much. So
It's either Rent or Beyonce.
and you gotta be. You
It's
said
either
who?
Rent or Beyonce.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah. So I like having a roof over
Right.
my head. So, but eventually, I'll be able to get to see her. Just for the artistry. I'm not the hugest Beyonce fan, but when I hear people talk about her shows and hear how people talk about how passionate she is, I'm like, well, I need to see her in person to see if I should get that same feeling.
Yeah. Hear great things. Obviously, she does put a lot into her craft, and I mean, she is one of the greatest of all time. So you see the hard work and everything. She's super talented. But I personally wouldn't like go to a concert, but I know a ton of people who would.
Yeah, it's just life by experiences. So, you gotta do as much as you can because you only got one life. So I make sure I live it right.
YOLO, you hear that ism? It's from your boy Drake.
For starters, um, that's like 5 isms by the one who isn't ism, and that's crazy. I feel like y'all playing this because he just subtly dropping them now, acting like he don't know what's going on.
All I gotta say is
This
we're
But
is
two,
ism, but
this
that
is
might
top player.
that is him.
but nah, I don't. I mean, I didn't know he was that big of a Aubrey fan. I don't. I don't. I have songs that I like. I keep telling people that I don't like. You make it seem like I just hate the man. I don't. But I'm a firm believer in legends don't die. So
You like Drake as much as
YOLO for
you
some
like Drake
people.
as much as I like Skip Bayless.
That's crazy. I will listen to Drake and be like, this is a good song. You literally would bully Skip
I
Bayless.
would.
You can't tell me a good Skip Bayless take. I can tell you Drake songs that I like.
Fair point. With that said, man, we get ready to get up out of here. My man Revis Butler, the man himself, man. Let everybody know where they can catch you on social media. Let everybody know what you got going on these days, where they can show some support.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Revis Revisb. Facebook Revis Butler, LinkedIn Revis Butler, uh, IG. We for the businesses we got Rev Photography. Let's see, we got Ingenious Wealth LLC. So I'm everywhere. Y'all just type in Revis. I'm probably the only one, I'm sure. So y'all will find me. And I appreciate y'all having me on y'all show.
Nah, for sure, man. We appreciate the love. You
Of
got
course, man.
any up like any fundraisers or anything going on? Anything people can contribute?
Nah, not at the moment. We're trying to plan some things right now, but of course, when we get that figured out, I'll let y'all know. I'll tap back in
For
with you.
sure, man. Let us know. Let us know. Appreciate you tapping in with us. Ism, we will give you a chance to drop an ism, but you do got to top like the 10 that we have had today. You got some.
Nope, I'm not gonna be out doing my own show. Nope, sure won't. Sure won't. We just gonna leave silently. No, nothing. Like how Snowfall end with no music, no nothing. Just exit.
We're gonna end like The
Black screen.
Sopranos.
Exactly. I've never seen it.
The Sopranos randomly ends like
Just
yeah,
black
like
screen.
if I would have stopped talking just now, that was like the end of The Sopranos.
I gotta watch it.
I can't believe he never saw that. It's crazy.
No, no. I'm gonna say this before. I'm gonna say this before I get off. What I realize is if a show like if I don't catch it in the sweet spot of when technology wasn't too advanced versus when it's obviously was far behind, I'm almost less likely to watch something. Like Marvel movies now, all